Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 80 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. Because it's Gothic horror, there may be some things that come up to a line for some people, such as blood and gore, violence, talk of abuse and trauma, child endangerment, body horror, and other such things. If anything comes up to a line for you, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So last episode, we began with a violent mind assault from a mind flayer while Arthur was inside of the ship that they later found was called a nautiloid. After killing it and investigating the ship for a brief period of time, they found that it was carrying mind flayer tadpoles in an incubated brine pool. However, they had all died. They also found skeletons of humanoids, one of which was midway through some kind of horrible transformation. They decided to abandon the ship since there was nothing of value on the ship, and they passed through the strange bank of fog into an entirely different place. A vast city lay before them, spewing and billowing an iridescent smoke into the sky, filled with stars on a glassy sea that they were able to walk on the surface of. Strange iridescent trees grew on small islands that floated above the surface of the water. They found, after some investigation, that they were actually inside of the reflection and were not actually in the place they wanted to be, or at least thought they were. Through some clever trickery, they managed to pass through the water and get to the real side, and are currently walking towards the vast city. So I will say, you have spent the requisite about 10 to 15 minutes walking across the glassy surface of the sea to the island city. You have walked up onto the shore and into this beautiful garden that Rerek had seen before through his arcane eye. The bluish purple iridescent grass, the strange blue and iridescent shrubs in cones and cubes, the similar white trees with the strange iridescent blue cube canopies, the flagstones, and indeed these strange squid-like creatures flying through the air, and the strange ram-like creatures able to summon orbs of light walking through this garden. So what would you all like to do?
Let's go to Central Park.
Yeah,
I'm lost.
Wait, can you remind me again of the towers that I saw and the most prominent one that I've seen?
You remember that you've seen multiple, almost
there's a lot of them.
Some kind of clock tower with
then you said
orreries in the top. There is also.
And then you said there's a palace.
Yes, there is a palace. There's a cathedral with a vast rose window. And there is also a tower, a few different towers that look as though they have exploded, but the pieces are being held together by some kind of magic. And that seems to be what is far beyond the garden. The garden and park seems to be quite vast.
Do y'all want to? This is like too peaceful of a place.
Yeah, I was gonna say, has anything been hostile towards us yet?
Not yet.
Nope. I don't
anybody
like it.
noticed us yet?
So we only have like weird goats here, right? So far.
And the squid creatures that are flying through the air.
Can we find their leader? Let's go to the palace.
Gives me the heebs. I don't like it.
Yeah, we should probably go to where civilization is at least first.
Well, who says the goat people can't talk?
Well, be my guest.
I'm gonna
approach
the
what? I'll
goat.
be my guest. I'll take up my mask of beast friendship.
Yeah.
All right.
Were these
See if
goats on
that
all
works.
fours, or were these anthropomorphic goats?
They are on all fours.
Okay.
I mean,
Because
I
if
was
they
gonna say,
are
yeah,
in
they're
twos, I will feel like Percy should stay away from them or something.
If they're beasts, I can speak with them.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I would. Your animal friendship mask only makes them friendly towards you,
Does it?
provided that they are actually beasts.
Well, then they're friendly if they are beasts.
I need to pull a book real quick because I didn't think you were actually going to try and talk to them. So that's
I mean, I
fine.
guess that's what we're doing now.
I guess so.
We're a
We
D&D
did
party. Of
pigs,
course
so,
we're
like,
going to
why
try
not?
talking to the animals.
Very true. Although that's usually a druid's job.
Yeah,
We
I
don't
was
have
gonna
a druid
say.
yet.
We have a ranger.
We have a ranger and me, and it's together we make a
And a
druid.
mask of animal friendship.
Basically, yeah.
I'm basically a fucking animal.
I have druid craft. That's close
Yeah.
enough.
That's yeah. Well, you do like to burn things for like no reason. So
Can beasts speak? Because whatever language they speak, I can probably comprehend language. Whatever.
They do not
No.
technically speak a
There's
language.
a whole nother spell to talk to animals. Called
Yes.
Yes.
Animals.
Okay.
I got that
Where
from the
is
blessing of the mammoth
it?
spirit.
Oh, that's
I
right.
can actually also cast Hunter's Mark a couple times per day without using a spell slot too.
Yes, because of your blessing. That came from the mammoth.
Mama.
These things.
I forgot
I'm
how
so
big
sorry.
these streets were.
So is there anything else you would all like to do while I am desperately searching for these creatures?
Well, let's also
mean-
search for one because I don't think we have one right in front of us.
Can I? We're literally looking right at him.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Can I walk to
Um,
like the closest tree and like examine the tree?
I was gonna say, yeah. Can I do a nature check?
Yes. You may do a nature check.
Nature check it is. Well, that was a 6.
Can I do one myself too?
Mm-hmm.
The ranger who did not take nature or survival.
15? It was a 12 plus 3.
Okay. So both of you determine, yeah, this is a tree. You reach out and
Cool.
touch it, it feels like wood. However, Rerek, as you reach out and touch this tree, the bark it's almost like there is no bark on this tree. It is smooth, almost as if somebody carved this tree, sanded it smooth, and lacquered it.
Oh wow. Okay. Can I feel like if I do detect magic, everything would light up and I would go blind.
Only one way to find out.
Nah, I don't feel like I want to do that.
You can turn it off if you
okay.
don't like it.
We YOLO'd into the mirror world, but like detect magic, that's where we draw the line.
That's a step too far.
Let's do it. I'll do it. Jesus.
All right. Yeah, there's magic everywhere. It is
So I'm blind.
flowing up from the ground. It is flowing through the sky. It is crisscrossing everywhere. All different forms of magic.
So when we got here, I was thinking like maybe I could find the source. So maybe like a pinpoint, a middle part of like where everything.
It's not
Gotcha.
exactly the middle, but there are two different places. Let me check real quick. Because I have this entire city almost somewhat planned out.
Yeah, because I know that you said that it's
1,
kind of
2,
enveloped.
3.
It's being enveloped by something that makes it iridescent.
Yes.
Right?
There is magic everywhere. You do recognize there is some magic that you would recognize as being more arcane in one section. There's also magic that seems to be more divine in another section, but there are about, I think, 4 sections of the city that all have a strong magical presence, but there's magic everywhere.
Okay. Jeez. I turn it off because it's so overwhelming.
It is blinding.
Yeah, I'm like,
It is incredibly blinding.
wow. Okay, well, this whole place is magic. I don't know what to say. Have you found a goat person?
We'll just say one has passed by.
Okay. Is Arthur gonna try to talk to him?
When did I become our translator?
Since the last episode.
Okay, so I guess I'll ask it, or I'll just greet it, like hello.
It turns for a moment and just looks at you, and it just goes, "Oh, you can speak to us. Very interesting."
Oh, you're kind of smart. That's I wasn't expecting that. The pigs were a little bit different.
We've always been like this.
Okay. What is we?
Us, the Rotha. That is what we call ourselves.
The Rotha. Okay. Where are we?
This is the city of Traverse. One of the miracles of the astral sea. The place where the Githzerai, the Githyanki, and the Mind Flayers have put aside their differences in pursuit of knowledge.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound so bad.
It truly is a wonderful place.
Okay, so we got here through a basement in the mortal plane. Anybody around I could maybe talk to about how exactly that happened?
There are many gardeners, perhaps speaking with them. There are also the Rainbow Moonlight Monasteries in this part.
That sounds promising. How would I go about getting there?
One of the gardeners should be able to guide you, but if you walk and it kind of looks along this garden, you should be able to find them. They are spread out.
Okay, well, cheers. Thank you.
Of course.
I will produce whatever strange sound I had heard them making, I guess, as like a form of farewell.
And it bows, and as it does, you watch as its brain ripples as it summons 4 orbs, and then the orbs go away, and it just trots off.
Okay, so that was fun. There's something called what did he call them? Those creatures are called the Rotha, and we're in. What was the name of the city again?
Traverse,
the city of Traverse. Apparently, a place where I don't know. Some of the inhabitants of the astral sea have decided to make peace and pursue knowledge, as he put it. He said if we want to know more, we can go to whatever a rainbow monastery is.
I think I know what those are.
Oh, yeah?
Or I think I know where they are, based on what I saw with the blinding.
Okay, well, I mean,
Wait,
we
no,
could
I
find a
think
gardener to speak with, or we could just
Okay.
go there.
I did see them through my arcane eye before, right?
you did see a creature with literally lemon yellow skin.
Okay.
Somewhere around here.
Right, well, lead the way, I guess.
Okay, let's find a yellow person.
All right. As you all begin to walk along a path through more of these strange bluish purple sort of areas, it's very peaceful. There are no bugs or insects to bother you, but there are motes of light that kind of dance around. You do see more of some of these goat-like creatures walking around. There is a point in which you reach what appears to be a clearing of some kind. And all of you hear a crack, like a twig breaking. And instantly a flock of these strange squid-like creatures all fly up into the air.
I don't like that.
Yeah. I look over at the sound. What was it?
At first, you don't see anything. It's just a shrub with its typical strange squareness to it. But then it moves almost like a Rubik's Cube beginning to shuffle itself as it pulls itself apart and stands up. It is a creature.
Okay.
You've seen similar creatures before, back at the Waltz of Shadows when you fought the Green Man and his champions. Creatures known as blights. It seems to be a humanoid creature made entirely out of vines. The same color, this weird iridescent sort of blue with the leaves growing off of some of its shoulders, but it seems to be made of these vines woven together. And you watch as 4 more of these shrubs all get up at the same time, their eyes glowing a very strange orange color as they all set their sights on you. And I need everybody to roll initiative as one of them whips a vine in your general direction. I've already
And
rolled
I
their
knew it.
initiative.
I got another 11.
11 for Percy.
I got 19.
Jeez.
19
First
for
one was
Alex.
a 6. That was rough. 17.
17 for Arthur.
Sorry, I got a 12.
12 for Rerek. And Lark gets
16.
16.
Ooh.
So it does look like Alex is up first with Arthur on deck. There are 5 of these strange creatures, and they're kind of in a ring around you. I would say the widest part of this ring is about 30 feet from one to the other. So it's kind of a 30-foot radius around you all. Sorry, a 15-foot radius, 30-foot diameter.
Okay, so I'm gonna try out my new spell. I'm gonna just focus on one of them, and I'm gonna do mental prison.
Oh. All right. What saving throw do I have to make?
It is intelligence.
Ooh, this thing is not intelligent.
Stupid.
It definitely isn't intelligent. It rolled with its modifier, rolled a 0.
Fabulous.
So what
Makes
happened?
me happy. This makes me very happy. On a failed save, the target takes 5d10 psychic damage, and you make the area immediately around the target space appear dangerous to it in some way. It might cause the target to perceive itself as being surrounded by fire, floating razors, or hideous maws filled with dripping teeth. Whatever form the illusion takes, the target can't see or hear anything beyond it. It is restrained for the spell's duration. If this target is moved out of the illusion, makes a melee attack through it, or reaches any part of its body through it, the target takes 10d10 psychic damage and the spell ends.
All right. So
So
roll
happy
your
I get to use this
damage.
spell.
Roll your damage.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
God damn. That's violent.
Very. Alex needs to go to therapy.
Rich
Girl,
people
we've been new.
therapy.
Hold please. I need to figure out how many dice can I roll at one time on this? All right, 5. 6. All right, that's okay. So we got, let's see. Wait, that's a. So I'm using this app, and I need to make sure they're all D10s. Okay.
And you said it was 5d10?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah. I don't think I have any additional like pluses.
Nope,
No,
magic doesn't
28.
get that kind of bonus. So this thing just dies.
Jesus,
You watch
Tim.
as it just goes into shock and just uncoils into a pile of rope that just collapses to the ground. You have killed this thing.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
You also notice as it drops to the ground, the area around it seems to grow a little bit darker, almost as if these things are shedding light. So next up is Arthur. There are now only 4 of these creatures left alive.
Okay. So there's like a space, I guess, in the middle where one dropped. Are they close to each other at all?
They are in a sort of 15-foot radius circle around you all. There is one area where there isn't one because Alex just killed it.
Right. Okay, so they
don't-
definitely wouldn't be within 5 feet. Yep.
They're not within 5 feet of each other.
Okay, so let's say I'll just go for, I don't know, whichever one happens to be closest to the direction I'm facing. And we will, we'll Hunter's Mark. I will use the Blessing of the Mammoth Spirit, so I don't have to use a spell slot.
Right.
And then I'll just fire off Cryptbane, which is what I decided to name the Dragonwing Bow.
Ah, yes.
All right. Well, thankfully that has advantage. Let's roll that again. There we go. That's a little better. 29 to hit.
Oh, yeah. These things are not hard to
Okay.
hit.
I have a feeling I'm going to kill it. This is going to take a little bit. Hang on one second.
Possibly.
So there's that. D6, also D6, also D6, also another D6.
Wow.
Wow, I rolled real crappy. Do these things happen to be aberrant at all?
Nope.
Okay, so then that is straight up. Do you need fire damage separately?
Nope.
Okay, 19 damage total. And yeah, so that's my action and my bonus for Hunter's Mark. I will just have, let's have Jasmine go after another.
Do you not get a second shot?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't have extra attack because I'm doing the UA Ranger.
Ah, right. All right.
Yep. But Jasmine can go, so we'll send her after. Let's call it the next one in rotation, counterclockwise, whatever.
Okay.
And she'll do a pounce.
All right. Roll it.
Bam. So that's a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. And I need a strength saving throw, please.
These things, surprisingly, are very strong. 16?
It just barely passes, and that will be 13 piercing damage.
Jasmine charges up to this thing and pounces on it, expecting it to fall over, but it merely stumbles back before pushing itself back upright. But her claws rake down this creature's body, snapping vines off of it as her paws land on the ground, definitely damaging it. So next up in rotation is Lark.
So how many of them are left? 4?
4. 2 of them have been severely damaged.
Okay, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. We're past we're level 11, so that means 3 beams now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna send 1 beam at the really damaged one, which is a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Let me see here.
Yeah, these things are not hard to hit.
Oh, I'm sorry, a 21 to hit. I have a Bloodwell vial.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
You still hit it.
That's going to be 11 force damage on that one.
Yeah, you blast this thing apart. You blast it, and it's like blasting a coil of rope. It just goes spiraling out into multiple piles.
Now let's do the one Jasmine bit with beam number 2.
Uh-huh.
That's 24 to hit.
Yep, that certainly hits.
That's only 6 force damage on that one.
It is, this one is still standing. As you blast it, you definitely take off quite a few ropes, leaving it singed and burned, but it's still up.
And third beam will do, we'll shoot the one that's still up then with the third beam. 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
6 more force damage.
That is exactly lethal. You shoot this thing, and once again, you send the rope flying through the air, spilling into a coil on the ground. Next up is one of these creatures. It turns and it bounds forward, its ropes dragging behind it before it throws out 2 ropes. One is going to go for Arthur, and the other is going to go for Alex. 23 to hit Arthur.
100%.
And for Alex, only 11.
Misses.
All right.
You still have your mage armor up.
The vine whips but strikes into your mage armor. It ripples as the vine bounces off of it, but you, Arthur, are now grappled as the vine wraps around you, almost semi-sentiently like a snake. And you take 8 points of radiant damage as this thing glows a little brighter, trails of light seeming to go through this rope that is around you. And that is the end of its turn. So next up is Rerek and then Percy.
Finally.
Wonder
All
what
right.
he's gonna do.
So there are 2 of them that are still up. One that is currently grappling Arthur, and the other one that is kind of off to the other side.
Okay. Fireball. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you could.
Firebolt,
Ooh.
actually. Let's see. I want to free Arthur. So I want to hit that guy. How do I do this? Gonna roll through here. So I gotta. Fuck.
Also, you do have your portents.
Yeah. It's 22 damage, but
Oh no, you were supposed to roll the hit first with the
yeah,
d20.
I know. I'm like, yeah, I'll roll it manually. Okay, it's 11, but I want to use my portent 17.
Okay, that hits. You slam a fire bolt directly into this thing's chest. So roll damage.
Oh, it's 22.
Should
I
okay.
keep that, or should I roll again?
You know what? Let's just keep it for sake of brevity. 22, that means, okay. This thing is looking real hurt. It is singed and burning, and vines are falling off of it, but it has not freed Arthur. Is that everything?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Percy, it is your turn. There is one that is incredibly damaged, holding on to Arthur, and there is another one that is kind of standing off to the side, getting ready to throw its vines.
Cool. I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh.
And make my attack. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does. Are you aiming for the one that...
Well, the one that has Arthur.
Okay, yes. That one is incredibly damaged. So make a roll.
Thingy. There you are. Oh boy. It's okay, 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. And I rolled a 1. So that is only gonna be, geez, how much damage? I think 5 force damage.
That is enough. As you whack this creature with your green scythe, you slice through it and it collapses into a pile of ropes. Arthur, you
Cool.
are no longer grappled.
Thank you.
And last
Um,
up,
I still get to cast a cantrip.
right, you do. So there is one still standing.
I'll
It
just do
rolled, roll bad.
tried and true sacred flame.
Yeah.
All right. And
Wait,
it
does it
needs
have any damage on it?
No, it does not.
The
Well, let's
last
do
one?
sacred
Nope.
flame then. Yeah.
All right.
So the Dex save DC. Where are you? DC 17.
10. It failed.
Hella. So good.
Roll
What are
your
we at?
damage.
3? Are we at 3d8 now?
Yes, you are.
2, 4, 5. So that's 11 plus my spellcasting modifier is 15 radiant damage.
As you hurl this mote of light towards this thing and it slams into it, something strange happens. The light seems to be absorbed by this creature. The
Whoops.
bluish light runs down in a similar nature to what happened when it wrapped up Arthur in its vein, in its vine. It still takes damage. However, it does not do as much damage as you thought that it would. It seems to be resistant
Dang.
to radiant damage. So it is going to charge up and it's going to swing at you, and then it's going to swing at Rerek.
Oh, try me, bitch. Try me, plant bitch.
Well, it rolled a 3, so that definitely doesn't hit you, Percy, as the vine
yeah.
whips by you and you expertly dodge out of the way of it. 24 for Rerek.
Yeah, that hit.
All right, so you are now currently grappled as this thing wraps you up in its vine, and you are going to be taking 7 points of radiant damage as the
Wow.
vine glows and the light
Get out of my
spirals
way,
down
cat!
the rope.
Day
So
7.
we are,
Sorry.
yes, 7 points. So we are back up to the top with Alex. There's only one standing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do magic missile.
All right.
I forgot. Does that level up with the?
Yes, if you use a higher spell slot, it adds an extra dart.
I usually just get 3 darts, right? Yeah, firebolt. Oh.
Yep, it's 3 at first level plus 1 for every level above first.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just use that for like, I don't know, level 5.
Goodness, level 5, okay.
Let's do level 3.
Okay.
It's a damaged plant, Alex. I don't know if you need a level 5 magic.
Yeah, but I was like, maybe not. Honestly, like a level probably 2 would work, honestly.
Only one way to find out.
I'm gonna do level 3. I'm gonna do level 3.
All right. So it'd be 5 darts. So 5d4 plus 5.
Three, 6. 12, 14. So I have 14, then you said plus 5.
Yes,
So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
that is also exactly lethal. You
Sweet.
unleash a hail of these magic missiles into this creature, And once again, as all five slam into it, for a moment it holds its shape before just falling away into rope. And Rerek, you are no longer grappled by this creature.
Alex turns
You
around
are
to see.
now
Free.
out of combat.
Alex just like afterwards, Dad just turns around to the rest of them being like, cool, I think that's the most I've ever helped this group, so like lit.
I mean, they were pretty underwhelming. Like, don't break an arm jerking.
Let me
yourself off.
have this, drunko.
Okay, fair enough.
As this conversation happens, crashing through the bushes is a very familiar yellow and brown skinned gardener that Rerek, you saw through your arcane eye,
Drawing the
wielding
book.
it.
I
He
wouldn't recognize it.
stops and kind of looks around for a moment before aiming the clippers and then looking down at them for a moment and then giving them a heavy snip and just kind of, and he speaks in a language you do not understand.
Fabulous.
Comprehend languages.
Oh,
Ugh.
wait, I've got a thing for that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What is he speaking?
Well, many of us do. I translated a lot this episode. One of y'all can do it.
Damn, mine is a ritual, so it takes 10 minutes.
Do any of you guys
Doesn't-
have tongues? Can anybody give me a little tongue action over here?
Percy.
Percy's
Tongue,
good with
please,
his tongue.
Percy.
Question is, did Percy prepare it today?
Yes.
Tongue your
Yeah.
way into this yellow person.
Tongue that little ferryman.
All right, I'll give Lark tongues.
I mean, we all know you want
more
to.
than one.
Yeah.
So I guess, can I understand him now? That tongues is
Uh,
on?
Yes, but he hasn't spoken.
Oh, pardon, could you say that again? I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, I was just asking who you were and how you got here. You look very different than everyone else here.
Oh, don't even get me started, darling. You wander through a smoky portal from the material plane and wind up on the astral sea. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean
more
through
about
a smoky portal?
Through a smoky portal. Keep up, keep up, keep up. Pardon, I'm Lark, and these are my compatriots. What can I call you?
You can call me Ilir.
Oh, Elir. Charmed, I'm sure. We're new in town, quite obviously, not local.
I can tell.
Well, darling, why don't put the clippers down? I'll look over at everybody else in common and be like, we're fine. And then back into whatever
Okay.
language he's speaking. But I guess they can hear me, right? It's tongues translating.
Yes, every
Yeah.
creature that speaks a language hears you speak in the language that they normally speak in.
Oh, okay, sick. So he even heard me saying, we're fine, boys. And then back to him, I'll just be like, pardon them. They're just a little on edge after your foliage decided to attack us.
Yeah, we've been having a few problems with those popping up every once in a while. You certainly handled them quite well.
A few blights are nothing for us, dear. Well, where I'm from, they're practically common pests and weeds.
Ask him
Well,
about the thing.
Wait, what thing, Arthur?
The
The
rainbow
Mars.
thing.
Oh, we're supposed to go find some sort of do you know a way to a rainbow monastery, perhaps, Alir?
oh, yes, the Rainbow Moonlight Monasteries. They're dotted all around the park. The Indigo one is the closest.
Indigo.
I'll translate it back to him. Apparently, the Indigo Monastery is the closest. Presumably, every one for every color of the rainbow.
Okay.
Alir, tell
All
us. Can you fill me in, Alir, a little bit on? Oh, what city did you call it?
Traverse.
Traverse. The tall, lanky one with the cat over there. He spoke to one of your cute little goat people. The
Oh,
Ruha.
the Rotha. Yes,
Rotha.
they're quite intelligent. they're intelligent enough to cast dancing lights, which is very interesting.
And that's what the cute things were.
Well, let's walk and talk. The portal thing you were talking about is kind of a bit concerning. Yeah,
Wait, can
come
we
along.
see the portal in the distance still? Like the
No.
sheet smoke?
No,
Oh,
it's
gross.
just stars.
Lovely.
If we're stuck on, Lark's just gonna look at Percy like, if we are stuck on the astral plane because of your family.
I just wanted to be clear that I did tell everyone it was a bad idea to do the whole mirror water thing.
Fair point.
Throwing that out there.
Well, we were already here at that point, so
Wait,
Yeah.
we could still see the smoke thing on the other side of the mirror, right?
Yes.
Did it go away when we came to this side of the mirror?
No.
No, maybe it's just a little in the distance.
Also, don't we have a get out?
We can go back wherever.
oh yeah, I have my spell prepared. I think it goes across planes.
I was about to ask, does it go across
me
planes?
check.
Because you have figured out you are not on the same plane as you were before.
I mean, I have a get out of jail free card. We can call Mummy. We can call
Or we could
Queen
just kill
Mummy.
you when you go back to the Feywild.
The Queen Mummy. Yes, but
Yeah,
you
maybe let's not.
can't just kill me, Percy. I have a job to do, which is to make sure that you don't destroy the entire, known existence. Or your sister, or your
Multiverse.
cousin, or whatever family member is currently being.
Okay.
Maybe we don't
me
talk
and
about
Liv.
that in front of this new friend of ours.
Fine.
Fair.
So, Alir, how are you doing, darling?
It's an interesting day.
Tell me a little bit more about, I don't know, your beautiful city, your religious rainbow order. I don't know. I've never been to the Astral Sea. It's all new to me.
Well, let's walk and talk. I think the head of the Indigo Monastery would want to hear this as well. So if you can, let's just go this way. And he begins walking. Presumably you were all following.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Traverse was founded because we're actually currently on it's kind of a common thing for us Gith, whether Gith Yankee or Gith Zerai. I happen to be Gith Zerai. You can tell because I have dots and not stripes. That's really the only difference between us, and that and psionic powers. But it's common to find the corpses of dead gods and to build cities on them, since they're the only things that really stay still in the astral sea. And the one that we're on currently is believed to be the corpse of Yog-Sothoth.
Oh, is that all?
Yes.
Oh, wait. He
Yeah, we can't understand.
Sorry.
Only Lark can understand him.
Above game.
Yeah, so I'll translate to the group. Oh, darlings, they built their city on a dead god's corpse.
Of course they did. Why would they
Which-
not?
do.
Which one?
Yog-Sothoth.
Like you do.
Because we know him.
Do
We
you?
know about him. We've read about him, right?
No.
No, remember that
Are
thing
you doing
where
a
we
religion check? Somebody?
No, didn't we encounter people who were like, I'm sorry, I'm probably
That was Ibar, the Dark Between the Stars.
Would this be a religion check?
It would
No,
probably be a religion check, but I'm going to tell you, you probably won't pass it no matter how high you roll.
No,
Hell,
I've-
somebody
it's,
give me help.
You've never heard of this thing before.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I didn't roll any high. We're good.
no, it's Chris. My memories are crisscrossing with another media that I just watched, and they mentioned Yog-Sothoth. So I'm like,
Mm.
Okay.
Or it's just me like, that's very economic of you. And quite fashionable too. You love to see reduce, reuse, recycle, you know?
Yes, it's the most convenient. It's really the only part of the astral sea that truly stays put and doesn't change. Things change all the time. It's just part of the way things work around here. But yeah, afterwards we had found the corpse, and people were able to glean secrets from it. We of course can't share those secrets. You aren't part of the Order of Rainbow Moonlight, but
How does one join the Order of Rainbow Moonlight?
Oh, for the love of.
well, it's a long and complicated process. I haven't even been able to join, but the benefits of those secrets are shared amongst the entire community. Additionally, we live in harmony with mind flayers who used to be our enemies. They
Interesting.
managed to live in harmony with us through various means.
What?
Cool.
So there's that as well. The leader of the monastery would be able to explain this a little bit better. They're part of the Order of Rainbow Moonlight. But here is the monastery. Luckily, I am allowed to enter. I'll get the head of the monastery for you if you just hang out here in the courtyard as you all walk up to this beautiful, beautiful monastery, once again made completely out of this white stone that reflects and seems to have this almost holographic, iridescent sheen to the outside of it, reflecting the blues and purples and greens, and even little hints of pink and orange and yellow throughout it. It's absolutely stunning and gorgeous, full of sweeping arches and stained glass windows. And Ilir takes you into a courtyard where there actually seems to be something going on. He turns and says, "Wait right here. I'll get the head of the monastery for you." He turns and he walks off into the sort of colonnade around the outside. And you watch as there seem to be quite a few Gith as well as mind flayers around, and you do start to notice the differences that he talked about. Some of them have stripes and they wear heavy armor and they carry silver swords. The ones with dots seem to be wearing robes, and there are mind flayers. And you watch as they seem to bring out this stone block of some kind with a sort of scalloped appearance to it, the center one being deeper than the others. And you watch as one of the mind flayers of three begins speaking. And of course, Arthur, you understand it. It's a general sort of, we're gathered here today to initiate this particular mind flayer into the Order of Rainbow Moonlight, and we must do what we must do to all mind flayers. And you watch as one of them gets down on their knees and puts their head in the scallop and their arms draped over the side of it, almost like an executioner's block. The other one brings a box and they open it up. And if you could make me, if all of you could make me a perception check, since you all are kind of watching this go on.
Fair. My passive is 17. You still want me to roll?
Actually, I'll say that you pass.
I got a 15.
Not 20.
Okay.
Got an unnatural 20.
We're perceptive.
We certainly are.
I got a 20 as well.
Okay. So you all notice that as the two mind flayers are kind of walking around during the ceremony, you notice at the back of their head, kind of where their neck begins and where the skull would end, there is a metal plate. It's beautifully decorated. It's completely flat to the skin. but it's this sort of plate, and the designs are different, swirling with geometric shapes and other things about maybe that big on the back of their heads. But you notice that the one that is leaning down on the block has a skull cap made out of metal with a chain that goes underneath their chin and locks into place. And you watch as they sort of begin to say sort of platitudes and prayers and things like that. Of course, they mention Yog-Sothoth, and they undo the skull cap, removing it and placing it on the ground in front of him. And you also watch as as a Gith comes forward and stands with them. Out of the box comes what appears to be a 4-inch long nail of some kind. On the end is a similar sort of plate to what the other two Mind Flayers have. And they both kneel down. One of them takes the Mind Flayer's arm and hand. The other one just simply puts one on the shoulder and holds the nail in the air. And the prayer that they say catches your ear, Arthur. They speak in deep speech, and Lark, you would hear this too, and it might catch your ear. But they say, "O great Yog-Sothoth, thou art the gate and the key. Thou art the door through which all knowledge passes. Protect us as we join you in your eternal vigil at the edge of madness." Before they plunge the nail into the back of the Mind Flayer's head. And you watch as he basically has a violent seizure in front of you. They haul him to his feet, and the Gith kind of pulls her hands to her heart, making a sort of prayer motion, pulling back her hand. It's wreathed in a sort of glowing light, a white light, where the edges break apart into various colors before she slams it into the center of his chest. And the Mind Flayer takes a breath and stops shaking.
Oh,
Well, he doesn't
love a
stop
little.
shaking. He seems to be shaking out of nervousness or coming down off of something, as opposed to having some sort of seizure. And they turn and they say, "We have successfully severed our new brother from the tyranny of the Elder Brains. Use your freedom wisely. Use it to gain knowledge and use it to help all things." And everyone, and there's a smattering of applause as he's kind of guided away. And at this point, it seems that Ilir comes back with a about 3 or 4 inches taller Gith Yankee, Gith Zerai with the dots on his head. And he comes back. "Welcome, travelers. I am Jeruvi. I am the master of this monastery, and it seems you have come here in a very strange way. Can you tell me how you've come here? I understand one of you at least somewhat speaks one of our languages."
I mean, I suppose I could. Lark had been clapping during that display, and he even said, "I love a little good ritual mutilation, don't you, boys?"
Yeah, sure.
But that's before they get there, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh, what was the name that was introduced to him? Is this dude
Jeruvi.
Deruvi? Deruvi, darling, quite a spectacle, quite a display. It almost brings tears to the eye. Oh, pardon. I'm called Lark, and these are my traveling compatriots. And we appear to have passed through a portal or two, maybe wandered into the wrong mirror, and here we are. As it happens, you know? You go through one portal, you wind up 3 planes away. Am I right or am I right?"
That is deeply concerning. This place
What's-
is not hidden by any means, but it is far from any portal.
Mm,
We
I
go through a portal.
I'm stunned that this could happen.
What, you don't get visitors from other planes of existence from time to time?
Not really, no. Not unless they are aware of our location and teleportation circles and things of that nature. It is very rare. This
can I
is
say, sir?
not a place for very many people. We thrive because we have to. We survive in the astral sea, but others should not. As I'm sure you heard, gesturing over to the place where they are now packing up the stone block. I'm sure you've heard this place, we call it the Edge of Madness.
Oh, the Edge of Wait, didn't somebody say or read something in one of the spooky books about the Edge of
Yes.
Madness with Percy's family? Percy, it's called the Edge of Madness. We're at the Edge of Madness, darling. Doesn't it
I
sound
feel
like
like we've been at the edge of madness this whole adventure.
But it's quite a vacation destination. Who knew it would be so beautiful?
Well, that was unexpected.
Concerning.
I'm afraid that I'm afraid of what this means.
What is he going on
This
about?
Also,
do
this
you
also
happen to speak
comes on.
common at all, darling? Do you speak any of our languages? Pardon my compatriots here. They're not the brightest bulbs in the box.
I gave you that spell.
Perhaps this one will work, and he speaks in deep speech.
Ah, yes,
Arthur
that
over there
works
at
well.
least understands deep speech, darling. But other than that, there's material plain common. I think I speak Elvish, and I assume one of them speaks Elvish, and I mean the true tongue, but I don't suppose you speak that either.
No, I'm sorry, I do not. And does anybody speak Celestial?
Infernal.
Same.
Celestial
no
and Infernal,
Celestial.
it's like Latin and Pig Latin, right?
I don't remember what I
No.
speak.
I speak
Let me
Elfish, Common,
see.
Giant, and Infernal.
I just speak Common, Sylvan, and Elvish. You know, the languages you need to survive in the Feywild.
True.
I have Abyssal and what's the other one?
I think you also have Primordial.
Yeah, those are weird.
How long does tongues last, though?
Let me see. I think probably an hour.
I think I can sort this. Hang on. And I'm going to use my psychic whispers. But I can only target 4 creatures. So
And we can
I'll
also
do...
all only talk to you.
Well, I guess, yeah, that doesn't help, does it? Never mind. I'm dumb. Forget me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Garubi, darling, I don't. Your whole city is built around the idea of gathering knowledge and information, correct? And
Yes, it is.
sharing of knowledge, right?
Yes, that as well.
I mean, I'm gonna just be like, it sounds like this could be the perfect opportunity for us to dig a little deeper into things that we need to resolve on the material plane. Right, fellas?
I mean, if he has any idea where we can find the rest of the chains of Thursden, or how in the fuck that portal got there in the first place, that'd be cool. He says in deep speech.
So we understood you. Perfect. Fantastic.
You mentioned the chains of Thursden.
Sure did.
We may or may not be on bad terms with them, darling.
Didn't we murder one of them
That
already?
is certainly
Well,
not.
No.
Can I
Good.
insight check him when he starts talking about the chains of Thera's Doom?
Yes, you may.
Guidance.
Okay. Well, what does guidance add?
Add a D4.
1d4.
So 14 plus 4 is 18.
He seems alarmed. He does not seem like he likes the chains of Thera's-Dun.
Oh, we have that in common. I'm just gonna be like, look, Daruvi, my friend's spell, it only lasts about an hour. He did fortunately, like, very recently cast it on me, so we have some time to talk and chat. But yes, we are, as my looks over at Arthur, enthusiastic friend pointed out, we are looking for information on those 3 decrepit corpses and trying to permanently rid the material plane of them if possible.
And also maybe figure out why that portal's there.
That is quite portentous. I have been having dreams of the gate opening. The gate with which all knowledge passes and all things pass from the far realms. It should never be opened. And yet I had dreams of it opening. And you show up mentioning the chains of Thera's-Dun, Thera's-Dun, a being which lays beyond the gate. Things are moving which should not be moving.
Right.
Is he just sort of catching up to? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. We're filling in
Okay.
on the thing.
Daruvi, I'm going to not keep resting our proverbial cards as they were anymore, darling, and just do me a favor and don't freak out too much, okay? Long story short, the chains of Thera's-Dun and a certain family from the material plane have set into motion the attempted arrival of, Thera's-Dun, that world-devouring abomination himself. And now, personally, I could give 2 flying fairy fucks about what happens to most of the material plane, but I'm on assignment, so I have to help. After all, the material plane goes, it's not long after that the rest of the planes of existence will start falling apart too.
Indeed.
Very bad for the rest of us. We've managed to, at this point, ally ourselves with a few demon lords, an archdevil or 2, and the unseelie court of the Fae.
Well, you certainly have quite a few powerful allies, as it seems. I have barely any knowledge of them, but I've heard of their existence, and if they oppose Thera's-Dun, that is good.
Why don't you join their ranks and help us out too, darling? I mean, I really
here.
Can I'm gonna try to talk him into like helping us. Persuasion check, por favor?
Yes.
Oh,
Guidance.
okay.
Guide.
Oh god, that was a nat 1.
Oh.
I still have an
oh.
18. I still have an 18.
Can I have your portent?
Yes, have it, please.
Oh god.
And then you get a D4 from Percy's guidance, and then you can add your ungodly high persuasion modifier. So I fully expect this to be a 30.
Yeah, I mean a nat 1 with Percy's and a nat 1 with my modifier already puts me at 10, but with an 18 plus 4 again, so so if Rerek's giving me the 18 plus 4 is 22.
Yes.
Plus another 9 is 31.
I figured it would be over 30. He kind of looks
one thing I'm good at.
He starts sucking your dick.
Basically.
This old man. Be that as it may, I think there are other things, other places that you may need to attend to first before coming back here. This place is of great importance, but I feel as though things are moving in other places. I have had another dream as well. A dream with an owl, a dark mantle, and a raven, shrouded in mists and shadows.
Oh, I'm gonna translate. Raven, owl, dark mist, mantle. Do we think Oh, I don't suppose it's that charming devil demon lord, Stolitz. Stoltz? What was his name?
Stolas.
Stolus.
Soulless.
Stolus and I were bosom buddies at the waltz, darlings. Or do you think it's the Shadowfell? Were there dead people around?
It's had a distinctly sorrowful feel to it.
Ugh, Shadow.
Sounds like the Shadowfell.
I don't believe this is the place you should be at the moment. I must come with you, but I can return you to where you came from.
Oh,
And can you
okay.
also, I don't know, raise up some sort of force in the inevitability that things come to a head and we require more aid? You can do
Yes.
that for me, can't you? Oh,
Yes, our fight will have to be at the gate, for we have sworn oaths. But we will be here.
what is this? What are we to each other?
At this point,
God damn
I
it.
assume allies. Come, I shall cast a spell. Think of the place you want to go.
Oh, somebody else
The
do it.
bar,
If I
the
think of the
bar,
place I want
the
to go, we're
bar,
just going to
the
wind up back
bar.
in the garden.
The tavern. The tavern. The tavern.
Ooh,
Wait, yeah,
when
down
him
south.
saying that, Lark's like, we need to go back to the material plane, right?
Yeah,
Svetlana's Tavern.
Oh my
Svetlana.
Oh, yes. Yes. The nail and headstone.
All right, is that the place that you were all agreeing on?
Yes, nail and headstone.
Sure.
Without Percy's approval. Oh, before you send us though, is there anywhere else, any other? Can you get in contact with us if you have any more of these prophetic dreams, darling?
I most certainly can.
Ooh, actually,
Have you
real
any
quick-
fruit?
Real quick, Alex just sort of like asks Percy, like, hey, you know that shortcut, like, teleportation spell thing?
What
Does not
about
work
it?
here though. Never mind, it doesn't work here because you need to be.
I
like,
have no
rich
idea. I
yourself.
looked it up and it just says you can do it. There's no talk of other planes.
I mean, Daruvi here
I
is
feel like
offering-
you need to be on the same plane of existence in order to use that.
Well, I'm just
That's
saying, like,
the
could we do like a
distance.
shortcut waypoint thing so we don't have to go through the miles upon miles upon miles upon miles upon miles upon miles of the deepest, darkest hole that is the hole that is your hole, Percy.
I think he's
to
sending
get
us to
back
a
here.
bar.
He's sending us to the nail and
Daruvi-
headstone.
Daruvi
So
he's
Yeah,
sending
but
us
so we
to
can get
October.
back here without having to go through everything.
that I don't.
I don't think I can do that.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, because it doesn't cross planes.
Please
Oh.
join hands and I will take you back. I will need a place to stay for a day, but then I can return here.
Sure.
I'm sure
Well-
Svetlana has a room.
Do we need a
Mark's
tap
just
for
gonna go
heels
like
together?
this and be like,
Yes.
the one that we saw you all ritualistically mutilate, darling, was a mind flayer, correct?
Yes.
I know.
We did run into another one of those on a ship.
Oh
No, we
yeah, I
didn't.
kind of forgot about that.
I guess it was not one from here.
No, we
No.
didn't. We didn't run into any. We totally didn't kill one of your brethren. No.
It was a follower
Enough.
of the Elder Brain.
Yeah, it was hunting for traitors to the Elder Brains. If you're going to be our allies, so I just figured you should probably know that they're trying to suss you all out.
Also, if you
It
wanna
is not
clean up that-
surprising. It is not surprising. The Elder Brains have sent many forces against us, and they have failed repeatedly. And they shall, for we have the backing of Yog-Sothoth. But
Before we go, can I? Do you don't happen to have a snack, do you? I kind of have this thing. I've eaten something on like every plane we traveled to. Like piece of fruit.
the gardener
some
pulls
jerky.
out it looks like an apple, but it looks like an awkwardly small apple, like a very small apple, and it is blue.
Yes, score. Cheers.
I take it and I put it in my mouth.
Betrayal!
I'm the only
Dexterity
vegan here.
contest. Both
the
of you
only
roll
Dexterity?
dexterity.
Oh yeah.
As
Oh,
you
I'm
see
game.
Rerek begin to go for it, dexterity contest. Both of you roll dexterity, just plain dexterity.
Oh,
Arthur
I got
rolled
an
an 8. Let me manually roll mine.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could see my rolls.
Yeah, I can. I have a third. Where is it? Oh, I have a 12.
How the hell you beat me on a dex check?
I'm a dragon.
That's insane.
He's like,
Fine,
"Yep,"
fine.
Rerek grabs the apple and just shoves it in his mouth.
This is bullshit.
Good.
The gardener takes out another apple.
And I take it
Yes!
again. No, I'm kidding.
No,
You can have it.
Mine. Okay. Okay, we can go. Thank you. Whoever. Oh wait, do I speak his language? I don't think I do.
You speak
I'll
deep
just, like-
speech.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do deep speech. That's cool.
And he kind of nods, and then the gardener Elir steps back as Daruvi, join hands, please. The spell only works if your hands are linked.
Fine.
Really have
And
to
I guess I'll like.
touch
Do I have to touch Jasmine too?
That would probably be advisable.
Okay, so I don't know. I'll like put my foot on her foot or something.
We'll just say that it works and you manage to link it up. And he speaks in a sort of arcane tongue before there is a rush of wind and a moment of silence. And in the darkness, Percy, you hear your mother's voice. And she says, Percy, Oscar is gone. And that is where we're going to end this week's episode. So join us
Mother.
next week as we figure out what happened here.
Oscar!
So the mystery unfolds. More planes of existence are folded into the plot. And a possible villain is on the loose. I will see you all next week.